What is good, everybody? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again, joined by the host of the Chicago Bears Breeze, Jordan JC in the building. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Clap it up for Jordan JC. New crib. Who this?
Yeah, hey.
No more orange walls in this month. I mean,
No more Bears colors. Yeah, I know, right?
Well, man, shout out to my guy. Hey, listen, we got a lot to get into on today's episode. Got to talk about realistic expectations for this new look Bears offense. What are we expecting to see from the new weapons that the Chicago Bears have brought in to the team? Think there's a lot of potential here, but you still got to be able to go out there and execute it on paper. And guess what? The other team doesn't like to let that happen. So got to break that down. Also, got to take a look at the whole Arlington deal. I mean, listen, I love seeing the Chicago Bears, not only just like the quarterback thing, not only just like the draft capital, but there's just something about seeing the Chicago Bears operate like a big boy organization. We're also going to grade the first week of Chicago Bears free agency, all that and more on today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do, and appreciate you guys for supporting us on Patreon. That is where you can get this content. Don't know if you saw, we dropped the clip yesterday on the YouTube side. Clip is 20 minutes of the content that you guys get a full hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of sometimes. I mean, listen, we got a ton of content coming you guys' way, and we appreciate you guys supporting. What's going on with you, Jordan? How you feeling, man?
What's good, man? Doing good. It's a good Tuesday, man. Ready to get into this Bears talk, man.
Let's start it off here, man. Realistic expectations for this new look offense. Now, a lot of weaponry here that has been added through free agency. We'll get to grading it in a minute here, but I mean, listen, you're talking about one of probably the best put together Chicago Bears offenses we have seen in a while here. Where are you at right now with realistic expectations for the offense? Where are you at with realistic potential for this offense? And I would say, listen, I know we all have to do the like for the next few months. Maybe they won't take Caleb Williams, and that's fine. We can do that every time we talk. But we're expecting them to take Caleb Williams, and maybe they pull the okie doke here. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, even if it hinges on a different quarterback, if they take Caleb or if they take Jaden Daniels, I looked at the stats from last year, and I know that for the last couple of years, as a whole, the Bears team has been very good at running the football. We've been tops in the league or close to tops in the league in rush yards per game. I think last year we were second at 141.1. Yards per rush was sixth at 4.5. Pass yards, a little on the other side. 27th, 182.1. That's where the numbers go down. 25th in yards per pass, and then overall 19th in points per game at 21.2. So with those numbers in mind and the team that we have now, I think with Keenan Allen here, with the potential at quarterback, with a few other good offensive linemen, which causes more protection, more timing for passing the ball, I think our overall offense can be on the fringe of top 10. I'm going to say top 10 offense.
Okay, on the fringe. I'm not mad at that. I think that, you see, there's a lot to me that still begs the question. The biggest thing is the coaching staff. What is Shane Waldron realistically going to do? I mean, you look at the numbers of him from Seattle last year, not glowing, right? They're not bad, but you looked at an offense and you were like, there's a top 15 offense, right, in the NFL. You didn't sit there and go top 10, unstoppable. No way you're going to slow down the Seahawks offense. I wonder if we're going to see a different scenario here, but it's a big question because you got to think about where he comes from. You got DK Metcalf over there. You've got Tyler Lockett over there, right? You had tight ends in the building. You had a running game last year. My biggest concern with the Bears' possibilities on offense still stems on the ability for the coach to get the most out of this offense. But I do look at it as bringing in a rookie quarterback here and having the potential to be probably, I would say, in between that top 10, top 15 offense, somewhere in that area, which is a vast improvement for the Bears, if you want to really be honest with it, right? And especially with a rookie QB, it feels like you've got the right mix of things. And I said this on my solo video today. For the first time, you've got the right mix of things for a quarterback to be built to succeed, not a quarterback that needs to overcome failures. And that means the best case scenario.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, my expectations are high just because, I mean, look at the names that you brought in, and and I'm pretty sure we're going to get into the free agency and everything next. But you look at DeAndre Swift coming off of an All Pro, a Pro Bowl season, going into his age 26 season coming up, so he's going into his prime. You look at Keenan Allen, who is pretty much an all-pro every year. He's somebody who's reliable. If he's not hurt and off the field, that guy can give you over 1,200 yards easily. So I just think that with all of the pieces that we've got now, and spreading of the offense, being able to probably spread out more, including Gerald Everett as well for tight end. Shane Waldron loves those 2 tight end sets.
Yeah,
that is something that I expect to propel this team into probably the tops of the league in offense. So yeah, 10 to 15, I'd say at the very least top 15. But if they're humming on offense and Caleb is who Caleb is, if we get Caleb, then I expect this team to be really, really good.
What would be too low for you? What is the, because we also have to take into account, right? It's not going to be perfect right away. You have to look at the fact that there's a rookie quarterback coming in. I know all of us are saying, right, he's got to go out there and win 10 games, but the winning 10 games is not because of the quarterback. This is what I love about when I talk about embracing Caleb Williams, when I talk about being a Bears fan and being excited about the young player that you're going to add if you do add Caleb, Drake, Jaden, whatever it is. This is a team now. It feels like there's a team built here. It feels like, and I feel like we're so institutionalized to the point where we're like, the Bears have to have holes on their team and not have the ability to score points, right? That's the only thing that we do. It's really, with the team that we've built up, I think about the pieces that you're also going to add to what Ryan Poles has done in free agency. What are you going to do as far as the draft? If you have a center in place, or I think that we need a center, although Courtney Cronin said Ryan Bates may actually be the center for the
really.
For the
So she backed that up. Okay,
she's saying that the feeling around the Bears is that Ryan Bates will end up being the starting center for this team. Right. Coleman Shelton is in there as a backup. They will compete it out, but we'll see. 10 in the building. He said, "Okay, I found
he had a hard time finding Patreon. What was it?
I might have to share it up as a let me know if it's difficult for y'all to see it when it goes live and stuff like that. Because I can share it as a different link and y'all can just jump in that way as well. But no, I think they're right. Like, you're still in a position to add so much for this team to be easy, for this team to be made even easier, right? Like, say you want to go get the center. Guess what? You've got the ninth pick in the draft as well. You're going to get high draft capital for that. You can get a later first and a second. You can go get the center and address the edge if you really want to. Guess what? You've also got a 3rd round pick. Maybe you want to go wide receiver there. Brendan Rice. He looks like a nice little name there. Let's throw that in there. He might end up moving up, though. I ain't gonna lie. He's getting a little
that's what I just heard earlier. Yeah.
He's getting a little too much love. I don't like it. I like the you know what I mean? Not to say I want him to suck, but like, yeah, I mean,
he's just put on fly under the radar still.
Put on a weed mask real quick and like do a couple bong hits. And
wait, what was the left tackle that did that? His draft stock?
Was that Laramie Tunsil that
did that? Laramie Tunsil, yeah.
That long ago? Is that Laramie Tunsil that did that?
That was Laramie Tunsil that did that. Yeah, the stock draft plummeted. But hey, no,
hilarious, right? He's an amazing player to this day, but he little gas mask. Yeah, that's all I'm saying, man. You do a little gas mask hit, you move yourself down in there. But I think, right, like, all the options are open. Yes, Lord Crimson, I see the comment. He said that there's only 4 picks right now, but you can absolutely add more draft capital that allows you to go address some of the other holes. By the way, not that many holes, guys. Big holes, but holes that you feel you have big pieces that can be fixed. I feel like this offense has an absolute opportunity to take off, and it's why the expectations on the quarterback, to me, coming into year 1 are going to be so high.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And that's another thing that you kind of mentioned is going into the draft. I mean, this offense isn't complete yet. We could address wide receiver 3. We could address some other offensive positions, again, on the line that will continue to increase the production on offense for this year. So I think that, man, I feel like the sky is the limit for this team. I mean, this is the most excited that I've been for Bears offense on the offensive side, just the offense, in a very long time because of the names that we have on the team. But yeah, I'm all in on them being a top 10 team. If barring injury, I expect this team to really be good on offense.
C-Dub, what are your thoughts on this Bears team possibly being an offensive juggernaut this year?
What's going on, fellas, man? I was just doing some numbers, man. I was looking at it. I was looking at the Bears' offensive pass yards per game last year, and they ranked number 20.
You went the same route I did, yeah.
They ranked number 20. Same route, same page.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, ranked number 20. And then you just look at their passing offense. Everything about their offense was the bottom third, basically, of the league, except for the running game. The run game was number 2. That's the thing. So the run game was number 2. And even in the red zone, their scoring offense in the red zone was pretty good compared to the rest of the competition. But now that you've added in, you got 2 elite receivers right now. I think Swift is a pretty good running back. I know some people saw in the comment, that Swift was one he didn't really agree with. But, I think Swift was a good signing at the time. You got him for $24 million over 3 years. I think that's pretty solid. I think he's coming off a Pro Bowl season. I think it's a pretty good ad, to be honest with you. And we still could make some moves, when it comes to defensive end and other players. But I think overall, with the step up we got in the terms of wide receiver, we got a top 10 tight end in Cole Kmet, and now we got a really good tight end that can catch the ball that came over from San Diego. We really are talking about a team that I believe could take the next step. They put some pieces around the line. Maybe if we make maybe 1 more 2 addition on the line, maybe I don't know if we could find like another left guard or a left tackle, whatever the case may be. But I honestly think, man, we could find ourselves going from the bottom third to the top third of the league when it comes to offense based on what we got. And I've been doing some more Caleb Williams watching,
Oh, it's about time.
It took
My
Jordan,
God.
It took Jordan JC 24 hours. It took me 48 hours.
Yeah, I'm past it.
It took me 48 of them. And, I'm happy to say that I'm pretty confident that if he comes in and if he's just comparable to, he doesn't have to be Patrick Mahomes, but if he could be a top 15 quarterback, I think the players around him are going to make up the difference. And this offense is really going to be electric next year, man. Some of the stuff he does off platform is pretty crazy. I'll be honest with you. I saw some of the stuff when he kind of wheeled out and threw off platform, and some I would have seen Fields probably ran and tried to get 15, where he threw and got like 30. So it's something to think about what we have here. We really do got an elite team offensively potentially coming up next season.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very, very interesting. Like this is an opportunity for the Bears. I keep saying this, and it's funny because it almost comes as a surprise, but there's a real opportunity for the Bears to finally develop a quarterback and to make his life easier. I love this comment by Bears Junkie 23. Said if our defense plays consistently good all year like they did the second half of last season, we'll make the playoffs. Everybody looks at the offensive side as like, this is the investment you have to make. You got to get receivers, got to get this, got to make. But realistically, the best thing that you can do for an offense outside of, the protection and stuff like that is putting them in great positions to get easy scores. You put them in great positions to get easy touchdowns. Mr. Trubisky in that 24 and friggin' 11 or what? No, 24 and 12 season touchdown to interception ratio, right? First year, 2018. Why was it so many touchdowns? Well, simply because he was right there. They kept taking the ball away. He was right there.
Like, had a short field. Yeah, that'll work.
He was starting at the 40 every time. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like this is a great scenario for the Chicago Bears. I feel like this is a great situation for a Bears team to develop the QB. And I think that like that, when you talk about making the playoffs, the expectations I think are high for the Bears as a whole. Maybe like you want the quarterback to be great, but my expectation for this Bears offense, for this Bears team is high because I'm starting to see the holes disappear. I'm starting to see the problems disappear. And that's what gets me excited about this Bears team moving forward, man. I mean, I think that is, if anything, that's the biggest thing that I've seen from this team this offseason that changes things for me. And it's why we got to sit here and talk about some of the grades that we've liked during this free agency here.
Hey.
I want to answer this. Shout out to, we want to be more active in the chat because it's a very niche group now. It's a very specific group of people that have come over here and supported us on this side. Question, do you think Swift is that much better, shout out Tanner, than what we already have? I'll let y'all answer that because y'all know I know how I feel about the running back position, man. So y'all may come a little bit more objective on that one.
CW, you want to go first?
Yeah, man. I think that if you was to grade the running backs from last season, I would give them like a C. I think Swift is a legit B. So that's a step up in my opinion. I think that a grade up, if anything. You got a running back that can get you over 1,000 yards, that can really catch the ball. He's sure. He's consistent, and I'm not too confident in his blocking ability. I'm not sure how strong that is, but all the other things that you need for him is there. I definitely think that they made the right move in getting what they had to get. They could have got some other running backs, but you saw they were more expensive. So honestly, I think that he was a good step up.
I'm right there with you. I agree. By the way, shout out to Nova, man. My boy Hines in the chat supporting us.
Big love.
I missed your call earlier, Nova. I'm gonna hit you up later. But
I missed your call earlier. I wasn't paying you no attention.
No.
But I love you, brother.
In the middle of
Keep
work.
the money coming.
Yeah, so Swift, I think, is someone who the more and more you look at him day to day, you like him more. I've liked him. I've liked it since we signed him. We talked about Saquon. We talked about Josh Jacobs being kind of the big names, the flashy names at running back. We know Joe wanted Saquon badly. But when you kind of compare the three of those guys, there's nothing that I think at this point in their career that DeAndre Swift can't do that the other two can in their career. I think he's coming into his own. He's coming into his prime at 25. He's coming off of a Pro Bowl season, his best career season yet. He's a good pass catching back. He's a little serviceable as far as blocking. So I think he's actually a combination of what we already have in Roshan and Khalil. He's a little bit more explosive than both of those guys. And so, yeah, you do have a tick of an upgrade at running back. So I think, yes, that he's definitely better than what we already have.
Shout out Don Edwards in his mug. He said 20 in the chat. Yeah, it's a little different over here.
20. You can't even say 20 under. What
20
I don't even sound right.
Our goal is to grow this to the point where we're getting over 100, over 200, over 300 in the chat, man. We appreciate you guys for being a part of the inaugural moment for this, man. Hey, we're gonna do a quick ad read here, tell you guys all about Underdog Fantasy, and then we got to talk to you guys all about our grades for the first week of free agency. But first, I got to tell you about the best and easiest way to get in on some NBA action. It's Underdog Fantasy and their pick'em game. All you got to do is pick higher or lower on your favorite or least favorite players' stats, and you can win up to 20 times your money on a single night. Underdog keeps it super simple with their easy-to-use website and mobile apps. You pick between 2 and 5 players, fill out your pick'em entry, get every pick right, and take home some cold, hard cash. And if you sign up now with the promo code TWCB, you'll double your first deposit up to $100 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit of $10 or more. That's right. With the promo code TWCB, if you sign up right now, you'll double your cash up to $100 with your first deposit of $10 or more. They've got a bunch of different ways to play. My favorite thing about it, though, is that if you're a little shaky on a pick, listen, maybe you're picking a Bulls player that night. I don't know why you would do that, but maybe you're picking a Bulls player that night. You don't know. Yeah, man, who knows with this team? But you can turn on the Pick'em Insurance, which gives you a little bit more wiggle room, which makes your life a heck of a lot easier. There is no more stressing. There's no more league management aspect after you draft. And I think that is the best parts of Underdog Fantasy. So again, go sign up now with the promo code TWCB and you'll double your first deposit up to $100 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit of $10 or more. All right, boys, welcome back to the show. How y'all doing? How's it going?
Hey.
Yeah, live, baby.
We live, baby. Yeah. Over 20 in the chat. 20. I like Lord Crimson. 20.
Oh, 20. Okay. That's hilarious.
20.
Oh, dog. What? Grady's in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Grady, what you got for us, Grady? Grady been wilding in here. He says Swift is an A- at the least. You got nerve C. You gonna give Swift a B, but you wanted Justin to say we have to get that poison out of Lake Michigan water. It's making us crazy.
Because a B is a solid grade.
Hey, listen. I don't know, man. Big Bear said the real question is what version of Coach Eberflus are we getting? Listen, he's a good DC, guys.
Hey, with that hair he grows, he might get.
Hey, listen, little beard, little fade.
Hey,
swaggy.
Hey, listen. So you know, for those of us who the witnesses in the building, you ever see new people with beards and just be like,
yeah.
You one of us?
Yeah,
you want to bust? What's going on there? What's going on there, bro?
Yes.
I saw Kenny Smith with a beard. I was like, wait a minute, brother. Hold on.
Might be one of us.
You know you got bad beard. Nah, man, let's keep this thing moving along. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. If you haven't subbed on the Patreon side, please do so. Let's jump into this topic here, boys, because I want to grade the free agency week 1 that the Chicago Bears have really gone through. There's some additions, dog. Like it is a entirely different offensive team, but even some additions on the defensive side. When you look at what the Chicago Bears have added, Mike Nice in the building. Mike, what's going on?
Hey,
Number 312, what's going on? He said, hey, update 8 hit different. When you look at what the Bears have going on right now in free agency, how would you grade the first week of free agency? What we went through?